Welcome back to the Broken Amp, everybody. I have another great artist spotlight lined up for you today. With me, right off the bat, I have Mr. Jonathan Tate. How you doing, sir?
Very well, Bill. Hope you're well as well.
Yes, thank you for joining. I really do appreciate you taking the time. I
Pleasure.
know we are across the pond from each other. It's midnight your time. You stayed up just to do this interview, so I appreciate it.
I'll do it. Yeah. I came back early from an open mic, so came back early to make sure I was in good time. So yeah, it's a pleasure.
Right?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for supporting the music.
Yes, I do. Here on this show, Sonic Scout Radio as a whole, we do really like to support the independent artists, bring them a little bit of light to what they're doing, get them a little bit in the mainstream. So, yeah, I'm just going to get right into it. I wanted to ask, you submitted a song that we're going to be playing on the show after this interview called We Are Humans.
Correct.
If you don't mind, I would love for you just to talk about it. My interpretation on it, what you share with me a little bit is like this raw, a song just about your life and just things that you go through, and it's just like this raw, like emotional type song, and I really like that about it. So if you wouldn't mind, please share a little bit about it.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. We are humans. Along with all the songs that I've written over the last 18 months, and the 5 songs that are going to be on the EP, and the one that was released, Shadow Man, on the 18th of July, they were all written during the breakdown of a significant friendship for me. They were written firstly to help me process the grief, the thoughts, and the emotions around the breakdown of that friendship. I'm in recovery, and in recovery, people are encouraged, whether they're in AA or in either fellowship, they're encouraged to journal as a way of processing information. I found when I did that, it was more kind of reading it the next morning, it was more kind of angry, rambling. So I'd previously written before for myself when I was dealing with addiction and alcoholism, and I kind of picked up the pen again, and I decided to write, try process it, get through it, try work out what I was going through, because when you see something on the page, it's easier kind of you can figure out what's going on in your own mind and understand it more. And I knew it wouldn't be a silver bullet. I knew I wouldn't put the last full stop on the page and that would fix the situation. And it didn't. But then I never expected it to. But it was something I thought I wanted to do for myself and try to be creative from a difficult situation. And as well as processing the emotion and the grief and the dealing with it all that and the aftermath of losing what was an important friendship and support during recovery, it kind of made me realise that these songs are quite good. So if you show them to people, you show them to your family, and they say they're good, but you think, oh, yeah, all right, okay. I think if I wore an odd pair of socks, you'd say that was good. So I kind of started taking them to open mics and started performing them, and after each performance, people started saying they loved my words, they loved my performance. And I was in rehab from 13th of February 2023, finished there on the 13th of February 2024. And during that time, in September of 2023, someone came into the rehab from something that's called Town Hall Smart Recovery, and they help people with disabilities, alcohol issues, mental health issues find work. But I kind of focused, as well as the cake we bought, and I focused on the music side of it, and I've started to go for there and go there once a week during turn time every Friday, and you were given a brief where you had to write songs over 15 minutes and then perform them to the group. I enjoyed that because it kind of gave me the confidence in my lyrics, in myself, and in my performance. And one of the songs that I wrote in that was, I think We Are Humans, it's probably no more than 8 weeks old, because I'd written that and then I realised I've got a good one here. So I'd noticed previously people at the group were having someone record this performance, so I thought I'll do that. And so I worked with someone and asked someone to record it, and I recorded it. And on the train back between intermittent signals, I decided to put it on to SoundCloud, see what had happened. And then over the course of the next following 4 weeks, another 3 or 4 songs followed, all raw, all my own compositions, all originals. And they started gaining traction, and with the help of the boost, it snowballed, and I got 2,000 plus views in over 50 countries in about 6 weeks. It's unbelievable. Well, going back to We Are Humans, was written, it was kind of like it was a dual song. It kind of started off in the first half of the song more as a message to the person saying, look, I understand, I can see that there's things that you hide from people, there's a mask that you wear, you present an image because you don't want to anyone thinking you're not in control and you're not the life and soul, smart, bubbly, happy, in control person. And then towards the end of the song, it kind of switched round and flipped round unknowingly, because my writing isn't conscious. I don't wake up in the morning and think I'm going to write a song about A, B, and C or a mantra. But it did, it kind of, the lyrics that went along that way, it was more, yes, still to this person, but reading it back, people commented that it was more, they didn't think it was about the person, but it actually was. They actually thought it was more of written to myself. And if you read it back, the things about you're in charge of your life, don't listen when they tell you can't do it, lyrics like that, they kind of become you speaking to yourself in a way.
Sure.
Dragging you through it with the help of a pen.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and it's funny because you talk about all those life experiences that you've gone through, some struggles and all that.
Yeah.
How do you get that courage to be able to write that where you're broadcasting that to a whole audience where they hear that vulnerable side of stuff?
I do honestly. I think I've always been honest in my writing, whether I was writing about getting into drunken scrapes when I was a teenager in the first experiences of drinking, and up to now, honesty has always been something that, well, I guess as an addict and a alcoholic, honesty is not really a value that we're acquainted with. But whether I was writing a direction or writing now, I've always just, the songs guide me. It's a very instinctive process, my writing. I pick up the pen when something comes, whether that's a verse, a line, or a word. It kind of sets off, and whatever comes, because I'm using the subconscious. Because as I'll go back to the York group, because I mentioned that they said that we had the 15 minutes. I mean, I could do that, but I didn't like it. It felt more like factory farming a song. Whereas I found my best work was coming from when I was noting things down, when they were coming to me throughout the week. And then on the train over to York, I'd pick up the phone and I'd check my notes on my phone, and I'd see I'd got the bones of a song, and then I'd be adding to it the meat to the bones, and then I'd be presenting that. So it's never been anything I've ever thought. When something comes, it comes. When it doesn't, it doesn't. And forced doesn't feel authentic to me. It has to feel authentic for me, otherwise I don't like it.
Yeah, why do it if it's not authentic? I like that. It comes from an organic spot. I think that's great. So, you know, we talked about the song "We Are Humans." You mentioned that you have an EP coming out, other songs. What else is on the horizon with what you're working on besides that?
I've got. I've just timestamped this. This is 16 minutes past 12 on the 22nd of August in England. So 16 minutes ago, the second of the 2 standalone singles, "The Craving for Control," has been released on all platforms. So I've got that coming up, and then a week ago, last Monday in York, I recorded my EP, "Little Girl Lost," with my guitar tutor playing on guitar and me singing the vocal. Again, that was through the York group. They offered me. I went with an idea to them and said, "Look, I've got these ideas for 5-6 songs." I gave lyrics to the coordinator and the leader of the group and said, "What I want to do with it, here's the order I've done it." Because the order I did it, I gave them in was very deliberate. They were all thematically linked and one followed on from each other. And I said, I basically preached it before a session over a cup of tea and said, "I've got this idea. I'd like to borrow your studio and I'd like to see what can happen with this." And initially, because I suffer from dyspraxia, which was a developmental coordination, it affects your and your coordination. So it hasn't stopped me playing guitar, but it does sometimes affect my timing. And she mentioned that. She also mentioned the fact that the songs could be work well as spoken word pieces as well. And initially, I did take that on board to think about it. I was toying with the idea of it being solely spoken word, the EP, or it being a mixture of songs and spoken word. But I've been doing guitar lessons 4 or 5 years in total, 2 years with the current man I'm with now. And I spoke to him and hit on the idea of having him in on the sessions to play guitar, so I focus solely on the singing aspect. The melodies man, the lyrics man, and he agreed, and that's where the EP session came from. So we recorded it, I sang on it, and I felt some people have asked me if they kind of disparagingly have kind of asked if I'm happy about him playing on it and whether it kind of reduces me to a singer because that's a bad thing. But to me, as I said to the gentleman I had the conversation with, to me, the art and the music is the most important thing, not my ego. So this man is a better guitar player than me, otherwise he wouldn't be teaching me, would he? So if he's better than me and he can do a better job on the music, and the music is going to be the best it can be because he's playing on it, then why wouldn't I do that? And in terms of what's coming up next, tonight I'm playing my first headline show at a venue in Leeds called Society, I'm a headline show with a support act, which is unbelievable now to think that songs that was written initially to help me, people are paying to come and see these songs, and something I've done over a small period of time, which is mind-blowing. I'm doing this with you, doing open mics, having people come up with me, getting radio play with other people. It's just completely transformed my life. Because 3 years ago, I was an alcoholic, druggy waste of space that had no direction, no outlook, no prospects, and now I've got my family back. I've got the respect of people. I'm performing songs that I've written to people who are paying money to see me. And then on the 20th of September, I've got my second paid show at a venue again in Leeds. So it's just, I've been involved over the past month over helping organise the entertainment for 2 charity fundraising events that I've also played at, which is just amazing. So beyond, I've got that EP coming up, as I say, and then I recorded in the session where I did A Craving for Control and Shadow Man, the last single. I did, A Craving for Control and We Are Humans and Shadow Man. I did the 3 songs. I've released A Craving for Control just now. Last month we had Shadow Man, and then I've got We Are Humans that's been released. So, which when that comes out, I'm not sure. I've had half an idea that might make its way onto EP2, which has been written, but I'm not sure. I'll just see what happens. Release. I've got 2 singles I've decided on that I want to come out for the EP, and then they'll be out probably sometime in September. Then I'll be looking at a release of mid to end of October for the EP itself. And I think as well, it's ongoing, trying to find gigs, keep doing open mics, keep learning the craft on the stage, keep building confidence, keep road testing songs. And open mics are great because you can network, you can find people. I mean, just tonight, the place I did the open mic is Cloth Cat, who are like a community local organisation in Leeds. They help people, empower people with mental health issues through the power of music. They also have Clothcat Broadcasting, which is a community radio station based in the South Leeds area, and they have a radio station. I'm speaking to the host at the open mic, and I've submitted a craving for control to him previously, and he's been busy, so he's asked me to forward it to his personal email. So I've done that. I played the song tonight, and he says he's going to bob it on the show that he's recording tomorrow to be broadcast in the next week, I think. So it's just, again, trying to build contacts, trying to drive this forward, network, and see where it can take me, because where it's gone now has been unbelievable, has been fabulous, and music has been therapy, and it's been transformative and life-changing. It's exciting for where it could go. I mean, I'm not expecting to be playing to Blasphemy or anything, or be headlining anywhere in America, Madison Square Gardens. I'm just taking this day by day, see where it takes me, see what it does for me.
Yeah, day by day. It's always good to have that goal. And I think it's just a great, fascinating story that you have. And, you got a new fan in me, so I'm going to keep checking out your stuff. I'm going to be spinning your tracks here as long as I can. So before we do wrap this up, is there any last thing that I missed? Anything that you want to mention?
I think this what's happened with the friendship, while it wasn't ideal, it wasn't good. The person was of massive support, and without them I wouldn't be in the position I am now. They helped, along with my family, get me through rehab. Helped show me a new way to live, show me what friendship was. It broke down both sides that were at fault, but it happened. But no matter how tough life gets, keep going. Even if you don't feel like it, just open your eyes, put one foot in the other, and keep going.
Yep.
And see where life takes you.
Yep. It just starts with one step, is how I look at it. You got to take one step forward, take another step forward, just keep trucking along. I'm really happy.
Some days you might take 2 steps back, and that's fine. Just keep going again.
Setbacks do happen.
It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up again, I suppose.
Yep. That's a great perspective. I'm glad you're on the other side of it. I wish you great success. I wish you a great show, and any other show coming up. You're more than welcome to come back on here anytime and give us any updates on what you have going on.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, Bill, and thank you for playing We Are Humans. I hope your listeners enjoy it and get something from it.
Yes, my pleasure.
And if they want to find me on social media, I'm on Instagram at JRT, Juliet Romeo Tango Music 1984. Search for me on Jonathan Tate, wherever you listen to music, or on SoundCloud, and you can hear me. Absolutely, we will. Well, thank you so much, and we will talk soon. Thank you very much, Bill. Speak soon. Have a good rest of the day. You too. Bye-bye. Bye.